My name's Chris.
And I'm Christy.
This is the Washing Up Podcast, and it's...
Kiwi Bake Off.
It's Kiwi Week, apparently.
It's fantastic. It's Kiwi Classics.
It is Kiwi Classics.
Coming to you with one of Russell Crowe's hussy fits.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's toe fog. No. So this week is...
It's Tom Neil Finn.
It's one of the funs.
In there, lesser known brother Tom.
Tom Fun. Now, we've heard of Tom Fun. There's Neil Fun, and then there's Tom Fun.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's Tom, not Tom. Sorry, New Zealand. No,
maybe it's Rob Fun.
No, I'm not sorry, New Zealand. I'm not. I'm really not. This week was interesting because we talked last week about the format, and we said we really wanted to see what the format looked like when you only had a technical and you only had you had the technical and you had the signature.
And I really hate it because it feels like we're shortchanging the bakers. No one's got a possibility of redemption. It's just shit. I'm sorry, but the two challenges just doesn't work, and there's a reason why it should always be three challenges.
And the other problem that we found was that, and I found it in particular trying to write notes, is that in the first couple of weeks, especially when there's a lot of people inside the tent / shed / pavilion / cabana, which is where we are, obviously, the cabana.
I think you'll find it's pronounced cabana.
That'll do.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic. So the problem is that the format as it sits for Bake Off allows you to learn their names because you go with the signature and everybody gets their bake put up, so you see their name, you see the bake.
Yep.
It's easier. Then the technical happens and you're reminded with a photo, and then the showstopper, you get their name again with a picture, and it's all...
Yeah.
For the first couple of weeks, it makes it easy. I spent the first challenge looking at Christy going, who's that?
And... I'm having white faces meld into each other at the moment, particularly, thin white women. I'm sorry.
Well, see, for me, I had
which white woman are you, Dal?
I had things in my notes like beardy guy, blue-haired girl, and all those sorts of things, and while I tried to remember who the fuck they were. And
which is really frustrating because this is the thing, the format is letting down the fucking bakers who we get to know and actually see more of their talent shine because... someone fucks up a signature and then they fuck up a technical. They might come through, might be showstoppers, but you just don't see it. By the time
we got to the signature, which sounds really weird to say, by the time we got to the signature, the problem was that you started to learn their names right around the time the challenge was ending, and you started to get into them as it was all stopping.
It's all finishing.
Now, we've got some good news for you, though. See, we've made some phone calls. I've contacted some contacts that I've built over the last few years.
Yes.
You made a couple of phone calls too, which was quite good.
I did. I called Jacinda.
You called Jacinda? Not Adern. Just Jacinda. She's in Invercargill.
Invercargill.
She's featured in
South Invercargill.
She's featured in 3 episodes of Police 107. And rang her and went, can we possibly get you to have a look around? We think there's something missing. So... there is some good news. We are going to judge, obviously, talk about the 2 that went to air. But what we found was they did indeed record a showstopper.
Yes, they did.
And we have it.
We got the film from the cutting room floor, folks.
So we're going to give you the feedback on what happened on the 3rd challenge.
Brought out the projector, the old sort that goes...
Yeah, we actually had to have a projector because it was like New Zealand. So the film quality wasn't the greatest in the world, but we're pretty sure we got the gist of what happened.
Cigarette burns on it.
That was you.
I don't even smoke cigarettes.
No, you literally were just like, this film needs something. Cigarette burn. All right, so let's start with, as you do, the technical. Well, before we get there, actually, I almost left out the pre-credit joke. Madeline and Haley did a rendition of the New Zealand national anthem.
Which is lovely.
Can I point out, they got a little bit better this week.
Yeah.
They were more them.
Yeah, which is nice to see.
I love when they do an impression of a Kiwi.
Yes.
It's brilliant.
It's like the true and prue, I guess, of Kiwiville.
It's like when we put on the really overboard Australian accents.
Oh, it's nice, Dal.
It's nice, it's unique, it's a bit different.
What do you call this stuff on top?
Icing sugar.
Actually, it's probably Dolce de Leche.
Probably.
Or banoffee.
From a tin.
From a tin.
Okay, so let's go through it. Yes. So we got into the technical.
Yes.
Now, Sonali, I think, summed up the technical beautifully when she said, it's got something to do with baking.
Yeah, and the world of baking is just so big.
It's so vast. It could have been anything this week. I mean, it wasn't, but it could have been
But
anything.
narrowed down to a Kiwi classic, so I don't think we're going to be getting, I don't know, a Danish or a
Probably not. It's not likely. A vol au vent is not likely.
or what's the thing I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
The Italian Sfogliatelli.
Sfogliatelli.
That's what
I
I
hope
thought.
it's not Sfogliatelli.
It's the Kiwi
Just
classic.
mentioning Sfogliatelli, I know there are bakers listening to us right now having heart palpitations.
No fetal
Right?
positions ahoy.
If Monica happens to be listening, and by the way, Moorish Cakes has some amazing things coming up. Go check out her page.
Yes.
If Monica happens to be listening to this right now, fetal position. Just the smell of hog fat is overwhelming her. So the technical was an upside down pineapple cake, and this was a question I asked you instantly. Did they choose this challenge because their major sponsor is Dole?
I presume that had a lot to do with it, but what I love is, the intern is there again, having to set up the Dole food.
It's so poorly positioned. Like, it's quite clear.
It's beautifully positioned.
No, but what was better?
But poorly subtly.
But what was
Poorly
better
subtle.
about this challenge was they had an actual pineapple, and they've got a packet of Dole behind the actual pineapple being cut up.
Just cause.
It was...
Just in case.
It was thoroughly bizarre, and it wasn't a tin. They had the packet, the resealable packets of Dole, laying sort of on the bench with the brand clearly visible behind them actually slicing pineapples.
Just in case.
It seemed beyond
What are you gonna do
redundant.
with it? No, you know what it is. Any leftover pineapple, Dole was just going to have it repackaged and ready to go.
Dole was taking the offcuts.
To sell. They're like,
Oh my
no
God.
waste here.
Oh my God, is New Zealand...
Responsible.
Is Kiwi Bake Off a front?
Dole.
Is it, in fact, a Dole factory?
Yes.
And
they
all
start
they're doing
bakers
is chopping up the fruit for Dole.
making out. It's a tax write-off.
It's a sweatshop.
It's a sweatshop. It might be in this beautiful resort.
It's a New Zealand fruit sweatshop.
Jacinda Ardern, we need to bring your attention to a crisis.
need to-
A humanity crisis just going on in your backyard.
Jacinda Ardern, we really, really need you to make sure that you go over to the Kelleher estate
And just
into the cabana, because Fleischl Schneider is working really hard.
I think we'll find that the Kelleher estate has only been opened in the past 2 months.
2 months. By the way, can I give credit to the... Can I give
Formerly on a canning.
for a canning resort.
Yeah.
Can I just point out, I was very happy, by the way, that the host tonight did not try to continue to make Fleischl Schneider a thing.
Hold on. Yes, I'm so glad that was dropped. Can I just put you there for a minute? A canning resort.
Yes.
As opposed to like a canning factory.
No, it's a canning resort.
Because,
There's a pool.
they have good unions in New Zealand.
There's a pool. I imagine that even their sweatshops are wonderful and luxurious. But there's a pool. There's a grand ballroom
That's true.
where every lunchtime the workers are force marched into ballroom dancing classes.
You will each take a partner
I've seen Strictly
of your
Ballroom.
choosing, but no new steps.
No new steps.
Suddenly Paul Mercurio emerges
No.
wearing
it's
a Dole outfit.
No, Christy. It's New Zealand.
Dole.
That's the morning.
Dole
Dole is on the bench. Do. No, and by the way, it's New Zealand. It's not Paul Mercurio. It's going to be Richie McCaw, former All Black captain, leading the line out. That's what he's going to be doing. All right. So, anyway, the first thing that happened in the challenge, because fuck that. They got an instruction of make a caramel. Now, what worried me was the number of bakers who were thoroughly confused
about making a caramel.
how to make a caramel. You've got a giant bag of sugar in front of you.
That's a good hint.
Make the caramel. Just do it. You should know how to make a caramel.
Well, some did.
Well, some of them did, some of them didn't, and then Vanessa burnt baking paper in a tin. So...
She's so mean.
She's like,
Vanessa is my Patronus.
She's like, I think there's burning. I can't work out what it is. Looks down at her
Totally
pan.
my Patronus.
Looks down at her pan. The middle of the baking paper. Not all of it. The middle is on. And she's like, oh, look, I burnt the middle of the baking paper. Anna went one better.
Yeah, like, fuck the paper.
She burnt the entire fucking batch of caramel and looked at it and went, it's still good.
It's pitch black. I was expecting her to have a bag of feathers and was waiting to, shun someone from the local township.
Because we
tar and feather them.
Because we started off with the idea of, well, Anna's burnt the caramel. That might be sort of a bad thing, but she can probably salvage it or start again.
How?
And we've got Hayley sort of wafting it towards Jeff, by the way, at this point in time too. Poor Jeff. Jeff's the unsung hero of the cabana.
He really is.
He was walking around sort of almost teaching people how to bake while they went.
He's on the spice, so
he is.
Letting that flow.
It doesn't need to let the spice flow. But then when we cut back to Anna the second time, it hadn't burnt the caramel. She'd made tar.
She had.
The pits were there. She was storing animals.
She was.
Like there were full animals being stored.
Mammoth.
Yeah, there was a mammoth coming out of it.
The mammoth just sinking into it, ready to be preserved for all time.
Oh no, here I go. Meanwhile, we got Annalise got to give us the first real Kiwi line of the series. Mm-hmm. She's like, I like it. She's like, I like it bitter because everything is sweet. But of course, she didn't say bitter. She said butter.
Butter.
I like it butter because everything is sweet. And I'm like, but butter doesn't help with the... Oh, bitter.
Yes.
I have to work on the pronunciations.
My
Sorry,
lovely friend
bad.
Linda, you'll know her as LJ.
I know Linda.
Yeah, and her lovely wife Polly.
Lovely wife Polly.
Yes. So when we were younger, she'd gone to New Zealand for the first time. I think she was like 13, 14. And her school, because she went to a private school, la-di-da. I went to a pleb high school. But anyway,
they had seats on their toilets. Anyway.
I know, seats on the toilets and no cigarette smoke wafting around it.
And definitely no cigarette burns on their film.
No. So she goes, I was really confused. I was on the slopes and someone's gone, there's a beer. And she goes, I was looking around for like someone drinking. And no, it was a person dressed as a bear skiing down the slopes.
I mean...
I love Australians.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
And how we just have to always comment about how New Zealanders pronounce things.
Well, I mean, there was a great one that Stephen Fry used to talk about all the time. There was a legendary piece of graffiti in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Which looked like a rugby score. It was Australia 6, New Zealand 7.
Yeah.
But when you say it in a Kiwi accent...
Yeah.
It's Australia sucks, New Zealand 7.
Nice.
And look, after the last couple of weeks, fair enough.
Really? Very true.
So, Clayton. Now, Clayton decided to do something different. And at this point, I would like to point out to Clayton, and we love Clayton. We found Clayton on Instagram, and his bakes look amazing.
And he introduced us to the greatest kids' playground in New Zealand.
He really did. I forgot about that almost. So, Clayton, we love Clayton dearly. But he did say if everyone makes the same thing, then what makes you stand out? My answer to that is it's a fucking technical.
That's the whole idea.
You're not supposed to stand out. It's supposed to look like everybody else's. In fact, it's supposed to look uniform because it's a technical.
And it's supposed to look the best.
Yes.
And taste the best.
Yes.
And have the best elements in it.
And we're going to come back to
That's how you stand out.
We're going to come back to a problem
We
of
don't
this.
want any new bakes in the technical.
New bakes.
No.
New bakes. New...
Tina Sparkles, a.k.a. Sue, will come along and shut you down.
She is very Tina Sparkles, isn't she?
Oh, she's a Tina Sparkles.
Very Tina Sparkles. So Clayton didn't seem to understand the concept of a technical, which again I don't blame him given that the way the format's been moved around a lot. Who knows?
Look, don't hold him back. If he wants to create an island scene in pineapple on his pineapple upside down cake,
then there's
who are
usually
we to stomp on his
then there's usually two other
integrity?
challenges for him to do that in.
I know, he's just really missing a showstopper.
Well, I mean, as we'll get to in a minute, the showstopper happened.
Yep.
We'll come back to that. So there's a bit of a tease.
Oh, nice sizzle.
So Cake Guy.
Cake Guy.
And by the way, if you're looking for Shannon on social media, it's Cake Guy.
Do you reckon he's just going around going, hey guys, it's me, remember? You called me Cake Guy. And like, no,
We've never called you Cake Guy.
We call you Shannon. Sometimes Shan, mostly Shannon. No, last week you called me Cake Guy.
I called you Shandogs once. Cake Guy. It was Cake Guy.
Didn't you say...
No, we said, who brought that cake? Guy?
Okay.
Oh, shit. Well, now I've got a social media profile all based on this concept.
Didn't you set something on fire? Aren't you Fire Guy?
You fire guy. Shannon started the fire. No, actually, that was Vanessa who started the fire. Anyway, so Cake Guy
And Fire Lady.
The problem for Cake Guy and Fire Lady is it's a new sitcom.
It is.
The Adventures of Cake Guy and Fire
He's
Lady.
perpetually baking, she's perpetually burning shit.
So Cake Guy didn't grease or line his tin.
Living dangerously, like we said, live fast and loose in the cabana.
To which the comment that came back on social media most prominently was, do none of these people know how spring-form tins work?
Even I know you spring open the side.
Nobody seemed to know. They were all when they were turning it over. What are we going to do? It's a spring-form tin. Clip. Flip the clip.
Flop the clip.
Flop the clip.
Someone said flip the clip and they had no idea what they're talking about. The fucking Aussie producers like, flip the clip. And they're like, what are they?
Flop the clip.
What are they saying?
The clip.
Flip the clip.
The clip.
What's a clip?
Why are we clipping? Synovia. Halfway through the challenge, man.
No, they call it pucker. I learnt that tonight.
You did learn that indeed. Jeff then, again, summed things up by, he was looking around at his slice. He's like, I'm just throwing some things in a pot.
Clipping.
Well done.
I got it, but it just became funnier the more I thought about it. Okay, keep
Chrissy
going.
literally exploded with laughter then.
Keep going with Jeff.
So Jeff literally just said, I'm throwing some things in the pot. That was it. Like, that was his whole strategy. I'm just throwing some things. Oh, we'll see what happens there.
I'll drizzle this shit over. What's that?
Which was sort of an understated method.
My microphone battery.
Which was an understated method, as opposed to Sonali. Because what they did in front of Sonali's oven to make sure it cooked was hold a Great Southern Baptist service. They're holding hands, oh Lord, oh we pray, and they're just praying in front of the.
It became a revival.
It was, that's what they cut out. The lost scenes are all those. Oh, let us all.
She's just doing some, what's it called, like some spiritual healing.
I can heal you. Feel my power of baking. I feel the power of baking. I can heal you.
Take this doll. Hold it to your soul.
Ring this pineapple. Ring the pineapple, folks. Unless you sue. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Although Hayley then was talking to Clayton, and Clayton's like tipping the cake over, and she goes, that's it. Slam her gently.
That's what she said.
They're working on innuendos.
Yeah, still not quite there.
Sort of there. We're getting there, though.
What could we have said there? Oh, you just want to treat her gently, don't you, at this point? Just,
a bit rough there. Just slam it down.
I know.
A bit rough. Does it respond? Does it respond to that?
Yeah, maybe you just want to tap it on the rear. just gentle taps on the rear.
Anyway, something to ponder.
Persuade her.
Then we had the run of people turning the cakes over. So Vanessa's worked. Then they turned the second one over, and Madeline's comment was, "It looks like a wax strip coming off."
It's like those blackhead strip videos.
The ones that you remove the blackheads on it, yeah.
Yeah, but on YouTube there's a whole range of them where you can watch people pull the poor strips off their face. Apparently.
I know you're apparently.
They're not my favourites.
No, they're not, because they're not watching things get squeezed.
No.
Anyway, she's a bit weird like that. So Clayton's...
Not weird? Enjoying it.
Clayton sticks a bit, and the pattern looked really... Look, they were saying it was islands and it was creative. It didn't look like an upside-down pineapple cake, because it looked like he'd forgotten the pineapple.
An interpretation.
You know what it looked like?
What?
It looked like a half-crescent moon on a flag.
Oh, maybe it's a Turkish pineapple cake.
Turkish, Pakistani, could have been either of them.
Yeah, just international pineapple upside-down cake. He's trying to build bridges.
Well, he's trying to build bridges, but unfortunately he needed to build pineapple cake. But anyway. Sonali's...
Leave your diplomatic mission
Sonali's
to the side.
The weird part about Sonali's...
How can I do my diplomatic mission and also compete in the technical? I will merge the two.
Sonali's was a bit weird because she didn't cover the bottom of her cake with baking paper. She covered the sides. So as a result, the sides were okay, but the bottom corners were like crispily burnt. It was weird.
It's toffee topped.
It wasn't even toffee, it was burn.
Yeah.
Cake guy tried to turn the cake, and funnily enough, it didn't cake.
He squished it with the
And then he squished it with the top of the pan.
I felt for him. Shannon, cake guy, was really jittering. His hands were shaking so much.
And then Anna's was very burnt, and that's probably the best we can say about it, is very burnt. The judges, we'll see in a minute.
Look, the cake gods accepted their offering.
They did. So, the judging. This will be interesting. Can we agree there were a couple of issues with this judging?
The
first thing that came out in the judging, before we get to your big issue, because it was a big problem, but the first thing that came out in the judging is Sue commenting that, quote, I don't like pineapple rings on top of the cake.
However,
it's a fucking upside-down pineapple cake. It's supposed to have a pineapple ring on it.
Yeah.
That's how they look.
Maybe not in her part of the world. Maybe what differentiates where Sue's from other people is only the plebs keep rings. You know, they have chunks in there.
But here in North Invercargill...
No.
So, but that wasn't the biggest issue. Please, Christy, take us through the largest issue, and while you do it, I'll just provide some background.
Right. So, I'm sitting there listening to the judging, trying to concentrate, and all I hear is Mr. fucking Snuffleupagus in need of some fucking Sinex, just munching away on food and snuffling away. It was honestly like they just threw the pineapple cakes down in a trough, and the pigs are going...
Were they keeping the microphone?
Oh
like,
my God.
Genuinely serious question. Were they keeping the microphone up Dean's nose? Because
probably near his adenoids, I'm guessing.
It was so loud, and in the signature, the chewing was terrible.
We don't need these noises, people.
They need to be.
I have that mental illness thing where like food noises drive me insane. More prominently when I'm like PMSing, like that's when I will cut you.
She will.
Or like rip your balls off and stuff them down your face if you just like slurp your tea. Like
we had 7 friends and we're down to 3. Just the rest of them have been killed.
I just killed them.
They're buried in the backyard. Please don't look there.
The movies they were eating popcorn.
Leo's there. Anyway, so the judging.
I go to the movies by myself now.
You do.
Safer for everyone that way.
So
just me. Movie theatre, trying not to stab strangers. Like the people who brought their fucking, 2-year-old to Captain Marvel. I splashed out on Gold Class. So these fucking couple, now I don't know what happened. Maybe their babysitter cancelled. I'm sure they could have got a refund from Gold Class. No, they brought their 2-year-old. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, surely if you're splashing out for Gold Class, you can get yourself a babysitter. Just saying. Take it away. Wait. Christie's rant hour. Okay.
All right, we're back now. We're back now. So, the judging. Stacey. They said that her pineapple was too thick. It's a fucking pineapple. Anyway. The caramel wasn't caramel enough, but the cake was good. By the way, Stacey wins. I just want to point that out. Anyway, moving on.
This is the issue.
Clayton. He's been creative. Nice caramel. But too little pineapple.
Yeah. Should have stole some Stace's.
Larissa's was a bit undercooked. Shannon, they said they weren't a fan of the rings. It was too close to tinned and a bit stodgy. Why was she bagging out tinned pineapple when they're sponsored by a fucking tinned pineapple company? Surely the people from Dole took her out the back and beat her up with a couple of cans. Just bang! That's why the bananas appeared later on.
Now, Sue, we're going to have a problem next week.
Yeah. Sue's caused herself a mischief.
Am I going to have to come back? With my old friend righty and lefty. I'm lefty, he's righty.
But then they said that Jeff had rings on it, but they were uniform, so she liked that. They also said there was good colour on the caramel, and the caramel was, and I'm quoting Dean directly here, really caramelly.
That's great.
Later on, he said that one of them was too chocolatey. He's quite a wordsmith.
He really should be naming places around Sydney and New South Wales.
He should. Sonali, they said that the caramel was burnt, and the burnt went right through the cake.
I'm just surprised you didn't describe that as that tastes really burnt.
Burny. Vanessa, the cake was raw. Anna, they said it was horribly burnt caramel and unpresentable. Joel, to be perfectly blunt, I don't remember what the fuck they said about Joel because I was trying to keep up with it. Hannah, a bit wet. They said it had potential to be a good cake, but the cake was under. So in other words, it wasn't a good cake. What do you mean had the potential to be good? If the cake was under and it was a bit wet, It's not good. By the way, she came 5th in the technical. I don't know. Annalise was underbaked inside, but a nice cake. How can it be both underbaked and nice? So the order was Anna, Sonali, Clayton, Shannon, Vanessa. Now, this next bit might be wrong because it was so quickly, I don't remember. Annalise, Hannah, Stacey. I've got Sonali down there twice, so that's wrong. Joel, and more importantly, Jeff won.
Yep.
Right. This is one of the problems with this show. They go so quickly because they've got a very long ad break. They do a lot of recaps. The structure is all over the place, and they don't really give you a chance to work out who the hell is who. I was frantically trying to get the order down.
Yeah,
and I was struggling to keep up with it because it was moving so quickly, but nothing was happening.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Is like there's so much being conveyed, but nothing actually being. How can it be communicated?
The structure is killing it.
It's just
the structure's killing
and it's shitting me because there's a lot of bakers in there who I'm interested in. I'm like, oh, Jeff's interesting. He's done well in the technical, and Sonali's, and it's just like, but it just.
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
If you go back, I think, and watch it in order, if you put them in the right order and watch the challenges in order, I think you'll have a better impression of the bakers. The problem is with the way the structure is at the moment. It feels, and they're not. So please, if you happen to listen to this and you're a baker, do not think we're saying this about you.
No.
What we're saying is...
They're doing you an injustice.
It looked tonight, for example...
Justice for the Kiwi bakers.
Yeah, tonight, for example, it looked...
Where's the fucking union?
It looked a little bit like there were people that had never baked before who had been brought in and were sort of half-handed a recipe and told, go do this. And they were given half the time that a normal person would be given. That's not what the show is. And these people are, and you could see it, they're not bad bakers at all.
No.
But the format doesn't help.
No.
It's not helping them. So let's get into the well, again, you want to go to say showstopper, but again, we've got the showstopper. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's the signature.
It's upside down. It's upside down.
No, that was the first challenge.
I really feel like it's a Mr. Squiggle day.
And funnily enough, I referred to this week, of course, as another chance to get a nice slice of heaven. We really
need to bring some other Kiwi classics in, but...
Oh, we'll go through the works of Bick Runga later. It's all good.
Look, I'd like to introduce some She Had.
Yeah, we could probably do some She Had.
Who else is there?
There's a
Crowded House.
There's some very good bands.
Fun solo
you do split ends.
Yeah.
You do split ends. But...
What about Hunters and Collectors? Or are they
No, they're Australian. But look, we have to start with the New Zealand
Kate
national...
Sobrano.
No, she's Scientologist.
She's from
another planet.
She's from...
Xenu came down.
Yeah.
Anyway, more importantly than any of this, though, we have to start with Slice of Heaven by Dave Dobbin. Because I reference it all the time.
Yes, we do.
Regardless of
Big
being
fans.
Kiwi Bake Off, every time somebody mentions herbs. That's enough.
Yep.
And so tonight they even referenced it and sang a bit of it, which was great. That was wonderful. It was lovely.
Alone.
So you got to do a slice of heaven. You needed to have 3 components in your slice.
Hey, I've got a lot of faith in
Hey, I've got 3 components in ya. You'll stick to the tin, that's cause it's not lined. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
all right.
Okay,
so
keep going.
2.5 hours to do a slice with 3 components. And Brandon on Twitter quoted Mel Buttle. And I like this because he was talking about
you, Brandon.
whenever you brought some sunshine. Quoting Mel Buttle from season 2 of the Great Australian Bake Off when she said, "Your chocolate slice should be small enough to fit in this hand, but big enough to fit in my other hand." Anytime we can quote Mel Buttle is a good day.
Poetry.
So Anna had a caramel and peanut slice.
Sounds good.
Joel had a hazelnut caramel slice. If you're wondering why I'm not going into much detail here, there wasn't much detail here.
Slices.
Now, we talked last week about possibly they've only got a limited list of ingredients. That seemed to be repeated again this week.
Ginger crunch.
So, caramel and peanut, hazelnut caramel, orange cardamom and walnut caramel with an orange glaze, banoffee. Why do they do banoffee? Because...
Bananas.
Dole are sponsoring, and they're doing bananas.
Oh, they're not Queensland bananas.
Now, more importantly, Larissa's banoffee slice gave us the chance to hear one of the greatest explanations of anything in the history of Bake Off. You know, I found out the definition of baking is that it goes from a liquid to a solid. So in the true style of shower thoughts on Reddit, is ice a bake?
Has to be.
Now, Robert then took this and ran with it to talk about the idea of baking some ice for her scotch. But it's a genuine question. We want to hear from you on Twitter. Is ice a bake? Like, let us know.
That makes a Slurpee a bake.
It makes a Slurpee...
Does that make a 7-Eleven a bakery?
Oh, God. Oh, wow. Yes. 7-Eleven's a bakery.
So every motel in the US...
With the ice machines?
With the ice machines has their own mini bakery.
It's got its own patisseries.
It's
It's a Slurpee patisserie.
yes, it's three.
It's the pastries of the world.
Yes.
Perfect. I don't know what you're on, Larissa. I'd love to know. So Stacey.
Yes.
Stacey had glitter inside her marshmallow, which automatically gave her the win in my book.
Yeah.
She tried something.
I really hope it's the inedible type as well.
I love the idea of that. That'd be great.
Just, you know.
Non-biodegradable.
So people are pooping glitter.
They're pooping glitter for months.
Someone a few years later goes for a colonoscopy.
Why, you're shiny. Why, madam, your insides are beautiful.
Fucking, you know, what's that song was in the Mardi Gras each, this is me, you know, like, look out world, 'cause here I come, 'cause the camera stuck right up my bum. Because every second float at Mardi Gras this year was
And
it.
that, yes.
Yeah.
So she did chocolate, caramel and marshmallow slice. Now this was, of course, first of all, we see caramel again. Secondly, did Stacey she did make her own marshmallow, didn't she? She learnt from last week.
She saw Sue in the wings.
She saw the execution last week and went, no, we won't be doing that again.
She's like, I'm making it pink, it won't be white.
It's clearly mine. There's one that's glitter in it to prove I made it. Now,
the children will not be unhappy.
Now, more importantly, this was after we saw Stacey piercing someone. I am assuming professionally, although
you know,
I can say it did just look like it was in her front room.
I remember I went with my friend Linda. I'm going to tell another Linda anecdote.
Linda, you're getting all over this.
So Linda went to get her belly button pierced. I think we were all of the age of 15 or something. And we've gone to the piercing studio, and I think she actually ended up working there later in life, or maybe it was another one. Anyway, we've gone there, and they're like, oh, here's a permission slip. You need to go and get your parents to sign it. And she's like, oh, yeah, no problem. We walked out, stayed away for about 15, 20 minutes, forged a signature, came back, piercing done.
Oh, God.
Back in the 90s.
Back in the 1990s.
Oh, yeah.
So, Hannah. Now, Hannah told us that she was so racked by her first slice's lack of originality that she couldn't sleep at night. Has a slice ever kept you up at night? And I don't mean in the going to the bathroom manner.
No.
Have you ever been kept awake by a slice?
Maybe if I was a bit homesick, I might think of Mum's caramel slice.
I'd make a really good caramel slice.
Yeah, but this is before
Okay.
you.
Pre-me.
Obviously.
Was there was life pre-me?
There was...
Shit, I wasn't aware.
Only just. I
wasn't aware. Yeah, don't do that to me. All right,
really
anyway.
started living until you came along.
Thank you. That's what
Look out, because here I come.
Oh, God, with a camera up your bum. We know. So, what worried me about Hannah, though, she couldn't sleep at night because her first slice wasn't original enough. So what she decided to do with her original slice was hokey pokey.
She turned it all about. That's what all about.
She did. Later on, we did hear from Hannah that the hokey pokey is indeed what it's all about when her slice stuck together.
Yes, because someone sabotaged. We had hokey pokey gate.
Yes.
Hakey gatey.
Hakey gatey, yeah.
And they kept. I didn't say who it was, but the camera kept going to Shannon every time they mentioned it.
No, I don't think it was Cake Guy. I wouldn't put it on Cake Guy. He wouldn't sabotage a slice. He's a cake guy. Sabotage a cake. So, apparently, by the way, when they were showing what Hannah teaches 5 to 7-year-olds,
yeah,
it's the Macarena.
It's wonderful.
That's what she was teaching them.
I'm down for it.
Which version? Lost Del Rio, Lost Del Mar. Surely it's Lost Del Rio. Everyone learns Lost Del Rio.
I don't get... There's two?
Yeah. Los Del Rio was the two old guys, the one that everyone knows.
Yeah.
Los Del Mar was a cooler young guy with long hair who sang a long-winded Macarena, something.
Oh, my God.
And it was, they were on the charts at the same time. That Macarena made it to about 5th, and the real Macarena made it to number 1.
Why was there a Macarena off?
I don't know.
Do you think in Spain...
Los Del Rio won.
Do you think in Spain there were, like, two... Like, there was a songwriting couple, and they were really loved up. And then, like, they had a misunderstanding, like it was a whole much ado about nothing kind of thing. And they turned out
With the
hating
Macarena.
each other's guts. And they were, and they wrote opposing Macarenas.
Possibly. But what I love, what I love, of course, is that the Macarena translates to keep giving your body good stuff because your body deserves the good stuff.
Like we're talking drugs?
That's the translate. Well, we'll come to that. Anyway, Annabelle. Who...
No, but you missed the best part of it is when she was speaking like Maori in between it, and there's like Maori going on,
yes.
and she's like, give yourself a pucky, and
Yes.
it's like, oh, claps.
The use of language, which is really cool.
I love it.
Annabelle, she made a hokey pokey slice with ginger, and she put a ginger crunch on it. So this is where we got this push between hokey pokey and ginger crunch, which seemed to be the rest of the fucking...
Flavor profile.
Everybody else was just doing this. Vanessa made a ginger crunch, and Dean came over and went, "What's the wow factor?" And Vanessa's response was, "I just hope you like it."
It's a crumble on top, though. She had a crumble on top.
She did have a crumble on top. She couldn't have given a shit.
No.
Dean's like, "What's the wow?" And she just looked at him like, "I'm not fucking coming up with anything,
like,
you dumbass."
She's like, "Hey, Dean, signature, not a fucking showstopper."
Yeah, don't fucking...
Is the signature?
We're recording the showstopper tomorrow, Dean. Did you not pay attention to the running order?
Yeah, just because they've got this whole thing, topsy-turvy.
Yeah, doesn't mean we're not recording it.
Upside down, back to front.
I'm doing it in the right order. So, Clayton broke out a 1978 cookbook. And he made a Louise slice with rhubarb jam. Now, that looked amazing, but there was a problem that I spotted very early on, and I do have to agree with the judges. He didn't actually make a slice.
He went for some risky business.
He made some risky biscuits.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. He did make some risky biscuits.
Risky
indeed.
biscuits.
They really wear the Tom Cruise of the tent.
But again...
All showy and jumping off seats, but no real fucking substance. Not doing what they're supposed to.
They said the flavour was brilliant. We'll come back to that in a minute. But it just seemed to be... Again, he didn't do what they said in the brief, and he stayed. We'll come back to it.
But he did it in the briefs and the business shirt.
Jeff made a 3-nut slice. A chocolate 3-nut slice. Which apparently, by the way, when they judge it, was too chocolatey. Pistachios, peanuts, and macadamias. And I loved Anna's comment when they cut back to it. She goes, "This is going better. It's a caramel colour." No tar today.
The mammoths are like, "Oh, what am I going to get stuck in?"
Sonali said that she invented her recipe, which is mandarin, frangipani, and thyme. And I looked at those ingredients and went, "Yeah, no, you probably did." I can probably say fairly safely, that's yours.
It's really pretty.
That's yours. It did look pretty, though.
I love thyme in a biscuit.
This is where Hannah's hokey pokey got moved around and stuck together. And she did say to them that the hokey pokey is what it's all about, which I loved.
And you could just see her, and I could feel her. Like, I felt for her, because it's like, there's no justice here. No one's being held accountable or saying, "Look, I'm really sorry I did that. I didn't realise." It was just pure ignoring what was going on, and then she's up in the background. I think they're focusing on Shannon.
Yeah.
And she's obviously recounting hokey pokey.
She's over with Stacey recounting a lot of it.
Stacey and Jeff going, "Oh my God, my hokey pokey.
Someone put it in and I can't take it out." So
This isn't what it's all about."
at this point, Jeff was going around dishing out the advice in the cabana, which was wonderful to see. He tried to fan and help out at one point with Larissa's, and she told him to go away. Then he went over and asked people about when they were taking their things out of the oven and how long they were leaving them in for and how your flavours. And Jeff seemed to be doing a really good job.
You know what would have been a better job?
Yeah.
Focusing on his own fucking slice.
Maybe. But
Because if he did that...
it wouldn't have been so chocolatey.
No.
Speaking of chocolate, Larissa's chocolate looked like crap.
Literally.
Literally, I'm not doing that.
It looked like poop emojis.
And she was like, "I can't say what this looks like on television." We can. Crap. Meanwhile, Joel's also sort of looked like crap because it didn't set.
And they missed a thing or is there rubbing his nuts? Like, he literally had his hazelnuts there.
And there was no pun.
And there wasn't any comment.
No.
Just two hands grasped around his nuts, rubbing away.
No comment.
No comment.
None.
Come on,
and we finish
ladies.
off. We finish off the challenge as we started the evening with a final doll reference. This time the bananas. Then the judging. So Annabelle, Sue loved the fresh ginger. That was it. They moved on. Hannah. I did like the way that she's looked at the... I was going to have hokey pokey, but it doesn't. So that's what you've got. Go, Hannah. She had no time. And all their feedback was, well, shame about the hokey pokey. No real feedback. Joel. They said that it didn't set, and he goes, yeah, it didn't set. Well, thank you for that. And then they went, oh, the slice is good. That was it. Dean nearly missed his mouth with Anna's. Like, they had the chocolate bit on top, and he nearly missed.
You know why? He was snuffling so much and it was annoying him so much he couldn't concentrate on putting food into his mouth.
Now, Anna's was apparently a creamy slice, and according to Sue, unctuous.
Oh, like a good unctuous feel.
If there's one thing you want to hear your food described as, unctuous.
Or did she mean anxious? I can never tell with these Kiwis
I think
and
she
their vowels.
actually meant unctuous in this case.
This slice is making me anxious.
No.
It's unctuous.
They checked it 4 times.
Oh,
so Dean, they said there was a lot going on. Dean said there was a lot going on in one slice for Jeff. Said it was very chocolatey. It was missing the other flavours. What I loved too was Jeff didn't wait for them. Jeff asked them. They started eating. He goes, so what's the flavour like? Do you like it? And then they started judging it. He's like, do you taste the peanut? And they went, no, I don't taste the peanut. He went, oh. Vanessa, they said that the crumble top was confusing to Sue. Many things seem confusing to Sue. But then they went, but it seems to be good.
Look, you know what?
Good job.
You know what? She's a step up from last week. There's no glacé cherries on top.
No glacé cherries.
Good work, Vanessa.
Winning. Sonali, they said it looked good. There were clean flavours and it was a really good flavour. They asked Shannon about his caramel. He said, I don't know how it is. I haven't tasted it.
Yeah, fuck this.
And then Sue said, it feels a bit like an Indian dessert. With no real explanation about why.
Yeah.
Dean said that the caramel was over.
Came in with a namaste there.
Yes, Dean says that the caramel was over, but he liked it. Larissa. Now, Larissa didn't quite get it done, but Dean then piled in to make her feel bad about life.
You know why? She was trying to make it too many fucking liquids.
Yeah, she was trying to make liquids go to solids.
Like, this isn't baking.
He also said the chocolate killed it. I think there was a lot wrong with it before the chocolate got on it. Clayton, they said it wasn't a slice, it's a biscuit. The flavours were excellent, but not a slice. And Clayton was like, damn! As if, I knew I forgot something.
It's a slice challenge.
I knew!
Not a biscuit challenge. It's going to happen in biscuit week.
Oh my God, how did I miss
this
that?
tastes delicious, but this is a slice. Oh, I get these ones confused all the time. Oh, look, we shouldn't hold it against him. He's probably got baking dyslexia.
Possibly. And then Stacey, they said they had fluffy pink clouds on the slice and the 3 layers were clear. It was absolutely perfect. The star baker was Stacey. And Anna went home because they said, well, they didn't even give a reason why. Anna,
she created tar in the first
She created tar in the first one. And
the mammoths were ruining the...
They were, but they'll probably...
The
cabana was being ruined. But the other problem was, of course, that I thought that Larissa's were poor, really poor, and also didn't meet the brief. But this is where our contacts came in handy.
Yes.
Because we wanted to know what had happened. Because we heard a whisper, the showstopper happened.
Yes.
And we got the footage. As we said, it was very smoke-filled and burnt and a bit weird.
Now, it did end up on the cutting room floor because of just too many fucking mammoths.
The mammoths were a problem.
Mammoth infestation. Like tribbles, but mammoths just falling down through the cabana.
So they actually had to go outside.
Popping out of proving drawers.
They actually had to go outside for this one, which was a bit different. I mean,
in the pool.
It was a problem. They had to drain it first.
Yeah, drained the pool.
And we actually got to watch them drain the pool. The mammoths did help with that, though.
They did. They were very thirsty, and they're like they don't get poisoned by chlorine. So it's fine.
In the pool, they managed to put the portable ovens. They had portable ovens for this.
Yeah.
And that made it really difficult because what did they go with? Herb pavlova.
I know. A Kiwi classic.
Yep.
It was 2 Kiwi classics rolled into one. The herbs.
Yep.
And pavlova.
It was a wonderful thing. You could use any herb you wanted to.
Except the real one, so I didn't want cannibalism.
No, they were around the outside, though. It was great. They were singing backing.
Oh, wasn't it beautiful to have, like, some guests in the tent? Oh.
It was haunting.
Oh, you should have seen
their
it.
a cappella version of Slice of Heaven as a ballad.
Just really hit the cockles.
You didn't need
And the
Dave. You didn't
subcockles.
need Dave Dobbin.
No.
But when he appeared on the back of a mammoth,
Oh, my God. It was like a slice of heaven.
it was a showstopper in itself. So it was a herb pavlova, 4 tiers.
Craziness.
4 tiers, any herb you want to use.
Absolutely.
Right? So those were the only rules. Now, there were a couple of things for me that really stood out.
Go for it.
Right.
Yep.
So Clayton and his use of chives.
Wow. Like, I didn't think you could use chives that way.
A sour cream and chive pavlova.
I know. I'm thinking, that's not going to work. That's only for grain waves.
Apparently, though, it was like a baked potato.
And it did look like one because it also was presented in foil.
Well, that did help it.
Yeah.
And that was really, I think that helped to keep Clayton in the competition, actually.
Yeah.
Was, he found out that Dean does have a weakness for baked potatoes. and so Dean, Sue didn't get any of it.
No. It was he just snuffled her out of the way. Just elbowed her in, snuffled the whole pav down, and away he went.
So I thought that Clayton's idea of like sort of like a baked potato but in a pav, wonderful. That was brilliant.
Now what you didn't see was poor Anna, right? She's trying to create this pavlova, but because she's the one that made the tar beforehand, the mammoths just kept coming in, like, just sabotaging her.
They kept
Every time
coming back.
she'd, like, crack an egg and she'd turn around to go and grab the whisk and come back to whisk and, the egg's been drunk by the fucking mammoth.
The other problem, of course, was
Yeah.
that because she made the tar in the first challenge, she then decided to keep a theme going, and I don't think tobacco was the right choice for her pav.
That was a really poor
I
choice.
think that was possibly what actually cost her overall.
And particularly because she was doing, like, pre-chewing it and spitting it into the pavlova. Like, she had a spittoon there and it was just choing every 3 seconds.
But the echoing inside the pool went beautifully with the herbs singing.
And it did. It was a melodic. It was in tune. It just added another layer. Like, it was like the bells of heaven.
It was sensational. Now, Jeff decided to go with basil, right? But he went savoury, which was incredible. Basil and chorizo. Not the sort of combination you think of for a pavlova.
No.
But, dear God, it worked well. Especially when he caramelised the chorizo.
Oh, and what he did with that basil, like, I've never seen basil done like that before.
I'm so keen to try it.
It involved dehydration, rehydration, and then an extra form of, like, hydration.
And the way that he used the mammoth problem to sort of crush the basil naturally.
Oh, it was beautiful. Like, he just laid out that basil beautifully and got the mammoths, I don't know how to, but walk over it evenly.
I wonder if he's a mammoth whisperer.
Must be.
It's got to be.
Spice.
It's got to. The spice must fly.
He's used to wrangling big worms.
And the spice must fly. He's good with this.
And what are mammoths but big hairy worms?
Now,
essentially.
Now we had again. We're not going to run through everybody's because it was such a big challenge.
Yeah.
We had a couple of others though. I mean, look, Larissa had been in a little bit of trouble.
She had, yeah. We were a bit worried about her.
But she came up with the perfect way to win the judges over.
And she brought in her mechanical engineering background. And, we saw the pie that, what's his face he made with the moving parts.
Yes.
This was like a 4-tier pavlova, but it was like a Clockwork Orange.
Yes, it was incredible. Like, the layers moved. So the bottom layer then became the middle layer, then became the second top, then the top layer, then went back around again.
It was like Game of Thrones opening, but in pavlova form.
It was incredible. And again, the herbs in the background providing like the ambient music behind it.
Pavlova. What's the
Pavlova, it's a pavlova, it's a pavlova, it's a pavlova, it's a... And Annalise. So we need to talk about Annalise because, she's the young wizard of the cabana. And she was a wizard in the pool area too.
She was.
But what was bold was, as the youngest member...
Yes.
I wasn't aware that marijuana was a thing that you should be using in a bake.
Yeah, no.
The judges seemed to really like it, though.
Yes. And I think it was
They kept eating more of it.
And she had different strains of marijuana for each tier.
It was wonderful.
I think one was, blue...
It was Witch's Tit.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Oh, God.
Blue Hawaii.
Blue Hawaii, Witch's Tit, Purple Gurple.
Yes.
And I can't remember what the other one
Boobs
was.
akimbo.
Boobs akimbo, that's right.
Yeah.
So it was 4 different types of marijuana, and the judges loved it, but that also was what helped the other bakes, because they judged hers first.
And
so even didn't matter how bad the rest of them were.
They were stoned and happy to
Judges
eat.
couldn't stop eating.
Yeah.
So it kind of helped.
It kind of cleared up Dean's snuffliness.
It did help
great.
it. But again, it was bad for poor Anna, because Anna was the only one who went before.
Yeah.
And that was kind of... Anna was the only one they weren't stoned for, and she kind of needed it.
She really did. But who didn't need it was Stacey. Now,
Stacey.
Okay, so we know that there are technically 5 Lord of the Rings movies, because you've got The Hobbit Part 1 and Part 2,
And then plus
the trilogy,
yes.
okay? But she did a whole layer dedicated to The Hobbit, and then like a layer each for the first 3 in the trilogy.
The Hobbiton level.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
It looks like you
And
could
Mount
walk
Doom
in.
on top.
Oh, fuck me. And with the Eye of Sauron just spinning there.
And it actually finished with... They looked at it, and of course they were spaced out at the time, and they're looking at it going, this is amazing, this is incredible. And she looked at them and went, you ain't seen nothing yet, and lobbed a ring. And the whole thing just went...
Yeah, and these giant eagles flew down.
It was incredible.
And just rescued the judges. And it's like, where the fuck
No
have
wonder
these giant eagles been all movie?
No wonder she won the fucking week.
You know, Boromir was killed.
You know what they could have used the eagles for?
What?
Removing the mammoths.
Yes, they could have had a nice little feast.
Nobody thought about that. So that was, look...
Get the giant eagles out of retirement.
Look, I wish they'd shown the
Get them up
showstopper.
out of like fucking Rotorua, out of
be handy.
the, you know, the spas there where they're enjoying their retirement.
That would be handy.
Soaking away in the beautiful mineral lake.
What I was disappointed.
Giant eagles up there.
What I was
chowing down on mammoths.
What I was disappointed with,
What were you disappointed with?
that they didn't show it. Because this is what we're waiting for.
Exactly.
Right? This challenge, it had everything. It had the herbs. It had an echoey pool.
Yeah.
It had marijuana. It had Mount Doom exploding. It had Clockwork Orange. It had levels moving around. It was amazing.
It made Kiwi Bake Off make perfect sense why they had to have so many fucking like sponsors, because just...
And at the end, where they celebrated by filling the pool with Dole pineapple.
Yes.
That was how they got out. They didn't have a ladder.
No.
There was no ladder. They couldn't get them out any other way. So they just
Dole pineapples.
backed the truck in, Dole pineapple. Just everyone climbed out on the Dole. And you know what the funniest part about that was? Sue was still whinging. They were pineapple rings.
She's like, where's my chunks? I refuse to swim in rings.
Pineapple chunks or nothing.
Yes,
So
North Invercargill here, folks.
So that was the showstopper. And boy, it stopped the show. So hopefully they let the footage out. Look, we have no say over this, obviously. We're imploring them to let that footage out.
About that, so you know how I've got all those cigarette burns on there?
Yeah.
Well, just as it's apt to do. It's been a while since I've, you know, run footage through an old projector.
What do you...
May have burnt it all.
You didn't.
I did. I'm very sorry, folks. So you're just going to have to take our word for it.
They don't have... Hang on. They don't have...
I did explicitly say in their insurance they need to, like, cover for cigarette burn damage. And this is... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. There's not much more I can do but apologise.
Look, I've got next week's coming over. You're not near it.
Okay, fine.
I'll look after next week's.
Look, maybe you can transfer it to DVR or something.
Yeah, well, next week I'll convert it.
Put it on Blu-ray.
Next week while we watch it, I'll convert it.
Put it on Betamax.
Oh,
I can't
Betamax
fuck
is the
up
best.
the Betamax.
It's the best backup ever.
We had a Betamax because it was going to be... It's a better quality.
It is a better quality, but unfortunately no one fucking cares.
Yeah.
So, look, next week we'll hopefully have the missing footage again, where we're trying. I've been told it's on its way. It might be. Who knows? We'll find out.
I think it's a bold choice that they're doubling up on Pavlova, though.
I think it is a bold choice, but look, no one saw the first
It's only
one.
3 tiers next week, so, you know.
I mean, we saw the first one.
After this week, it was easy.
Oh, they probably told them to scale it back.
Yeah, they're like, come on, we can't afford to do this again.
No more Mount Doom.
Yeah,
Like, no more Mount Doom. No more pot. Like, seriously, Police 10-7 will raid. No more pot. Anyway, that's been this week's podcast.
It has been, yeah.
Until next week, I'm still Chris.
And I'm still Christy.
And we'll catch you all then.
Bucky.